Hey guys, I am here today to talk to you about organisms and different types of organisms. All right, I'm going to show you a couple of things, and I want you to think about what these things all have in common, besides the fact that they're kids' toys. Okay, I have this girl, this guy, this elephant, and a little octopus. Does anybody know what all these have in common? I know you're probably thinking, what in the world are you talking about? But the thing that all of these have in common is that if they were real, obviously, if they weren't toys, they would all be multicellular organisms. Animals and humans are both types of multicellular organisms. Plants too, but I didn't have any plant toys. So in multicellular organisms, remember, are organisms that that have specialized areas, specialized systems of function. So we have a certain part of our body that specializes in digestion, a certain part of our body that specializes in respiratory or breathing, and all of these different they like perfect their skill. Okay, so think of it as they all these parts or types or different systems have their special skill, special job that they do. However, if you think about unicellular organisms, which I don't have any, why do you think that is? Because you can't, well, I probably do have some. You know what I'm talking about? Bacteria are types of unicellular organisms, but you can't see them, right? Those amoeba, euglena, those organisms that live in water, but you can't see them because you can only see them with a microscope. They're so small that you can't see them with just your eyeballs. So that's one major difference between multicellular and unicellular organisms. I bet you there's some living unicellular organisms living in my dirty pool that I've been working on cleaning out. Blah. But I can't see them. Maybe if I had a microscope, I could. Those types of organisms, they have one cell. Their whole body, it's not really a body, it's more like a blob. Their whole being is just one cell. That one cell is responsible for carrying out all of the functions for life. So whereas multicellular organisms like us have all these different cells that specialize in their own thing and work together, unicellular organisms have to do all of that in that one cell. That's pretty amazing. So all of their functions take place within that one cell. That one cell carries out all of those things. Okay? Now, the main similarity between these different types of organisms is that in both types of organisms, they have to be able to carry out all of life's processes. They have to be able to get nutrition. They have to have energy, or they have to get rid of waste, and all of those things that we talked about that are the life functions and processes. So remember, there was one type of unicellular organism that you can see with your eyes that we talked about. Does anybody remember what it was? It was kind of strange to think about. That's right, it was an egg. So some of you may be seeing a lot of eggs right now. It's almost Easter. You might be dyeing some Easter eggs. So impress your family or whoever's at your house, because that's probably all you're going to see, with your knowledge that eggs are a single-celled organism that you can see with your eyes. I'm going to attach a little kind of experiment that if you have some eggs, you can do, and it'll kind of demonstrate how eggs are a single-celled organism. You will be able to see it better if you do this little thing. You do not have to do this project, but it's kind of a neat and interesting thing to help you see really kind of underneath the shell of the egg. All right, so again, we have multicellular organisms. They have multiple cells, right? Multi means multiple. Think about multimillionaires. I wish I was one. They have tons and tons and tons and tons of money. So multiple amounts of money. Okay, think of that when you think of multicellular, multiple cells. However, unicellular, that means one. Think of like someone with a unibrow. They have one eyebrow. Well, that's kind of crazy, but that's a good way to help you remember. Unicellular organisms have that one cell. They carry out all of life's processes in that one cell. Okay? It's kind of miraculous in itself. And then unicellular, they have the specialized jobs, those specialized cells that carry out life's processes in those cells, but they work together. That's why all of our body systems work together to help us live. Okay? So, on this slide that you're doing today, Monday, you are going to answer a couple of questions about multicellular and unicellular organisms. Now, please make sure that you do your very best on this because there's only 4 questions. Don't just guess and rush through, or your teacher is going to be like, what in the world? Obviously, they don't know the difference, and maybe Miss York, the science dork, isn't doing a very good job. So take your time, answer your questions. If you would like, feel free to do the attached experiment if your parents will let you, and if you have any extra eggs, make sure you ask them first. Okay, have a great day, everybody.